Dear students, now we'll start with a new chapter. Before going to take this chapter, I'll skip one concept in the previous chapter, that's the classification of elements. In that chapter, I skipped one of the concept, that is diagonal relationship. First I'll take that and then go for the new chapter. Okay, so what is the meaning of diagonal relationship? All right, here. Okay, don't confuse with this. Okay, this regarding the only the classification of element, not for the new chapter, structure of atom. Okay, diagonal relationship means, okay, so you know the different kinds of elements present in a periodic table. I will take from the lithium. Okay, lithium, sodium, potassium, it's a one group element. Next set, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, this is another set element. And very next group, actually that is a D block element, but property wise there should be boron, aluminum. See these elements in a group wise, all elements are in a group wise. In this, some elements are having the similar properties with the element, some other element. Which is that? For example, lithium having the properties, and their properties which is similar with the one of the element in the next group. Okay, this one group. So ee group ಮಾಡಿದ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ all elements are having the similar properties. Okay, ಇದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು some other elements also having the similar properties from the other group. So I will take in second group element. In this, okay, some element, that is magnesium, having the similar properties with the lithium. For example, which properties are similar? So ionic radius, for example, ionic radius of lithium and magnesium almost similar. The value of lithium plus that's equal to 76 picometer, and magnesium 2 plus, that are ionic. Okay, so that also having 72 picometers. So both two elements are almost similar ionic radius, so that's the properties are similar. And one more properties I can write, lithium chloride, LiCl2, and MgCl2. These two are having the soluble in, or these two are soluble in ethanol. So these also similar properties. Okay, but different kinds of groups are having the similar properties. And position of these two elements, consider if it is an square. So we can write the diagonals for that. This is a diagonal and this also a diagonal. Put a 4 dot for 4 elements. So see, observe these. What is that? Lithium and magnesium, which are diagonal to each other. So this kind of properties we can say the diagonal relationship between the element. And one more elements I will take, beryllium. Okay, beryllium having the similar properties with the aluminum. So we can expect the one question from what? Write the diagonal elements for. Give an example for diagonal elements. We can write the lithium having the diagonal properties with the magnesium, and beryllium having the diagonal relationship with the aluminum. We can write sodium having the diagonally relate with the calcium also. So hagadre we can say first period elements having the diagonal relationship with the second period element in a next group, that is a diagonal relationship. This is about the classification of element. Okay, now I'll move for the next new chapter, that is structure of atom. First we'll take in syllabus regarding this. Okay, in this chapter we should study the what is the structure of atom. Atom consists how many number of basic units, that all are discussed in this chapter. First we'll move for the matter. For example, matter is nothing but an substance. We can say an substance. For example, Cu is an element. Okay, Cu is an element. Ag is an element. Okay, water is an molecule H2O, all are comes under in a matter, and each matter consists three basic fundamental units, that are proton, neutron and electron. Proton, neutron and electron. We can say once the atoms are divided into three subcategories, we can say subatomic particles. Subatomic particles. What are subatomic particles now? Proton, neutron, electrons are the subatomic particle. According to Dalton's, atoms are uncuttable or undivisible. Okay, so in that atom, if it is an atom, okay, this atom consists three fundamental units that are called as an subatomic particles. That's why the Dalton's theories only explain regarding the law of conservation of mass, the definite proportion, multiple proportion. So rest all things we should explain by the subatomic particles only, that by the proton, neutron and electron. And the basic rule of these charges. Now here, proton, neutron, electron, these three particles having the particular charges. Okay, particular charges. The two types of charges, positive and negative. In this, protons are positively charged particles present in atoms of matter, and electrons are negatively charged particles present in a atom. Okay, so neutrons are neutral. There is no charge for that. What? Neutrons. Proton having positive and neutron having the negative. Okay, and the basic rule, what is that? Like poles are repel each other, unlike poles are attract each other. That you should remember that concept. Like poles are repel each other, unlike poles are attract each other. That's why now what you should remember that. Okay, and now we'll move for the different kinds of subatomic particles present in a matter. So we should move for discovery of different kinds of subatomic particles. That are, first we'll move for discovery of electrons. And the electrons properties in general. Okay, electrons are negatively charged particle. Okay, in 1850 Faraday put forward for the discovery of electrons. For discovery of electron, he made an experimental setup for the particular discovery of electrons. Okay, now first we'll move for the discovery of elements setup. Okay, so this is a diagram for representation of setup of this particular discovery. Okay, so this entire setup you can call cathode ray discharge tube. This entire set is called as a cathode ray discharge tube, and this consists. Okay, so this consists in the plates, thin plates, and which is in glass, made by the glass. Okay, directly I'll move for the working process. Okay, so CRT refers to the cathode ray discharge tube. CRT says the cathode ray discharge tube, which is made by the glass. This entire chamber made by the glass, and it having the two thin metals. Okay, so metals we can call as an electrode. That two metals called as an electrode. Why it is called as an electrode? It can transmit their electrons. Okay, or it can electric discharge will take place. So we can say the electrodes. And the battery cell. Okay, in the battery cell there are two electrodes are present, plus and minus. Same here also, two metals are present. That metals act as an electrodes. And we know the electrodes two types, that is anode and cathode. Anodes are positively charged species. Okay, anodes are positively charged species, and cathodes are negatively charged species. Cations are Cations are positive, but cathode is an electrode which consists the negative end. And this entire chamber is evacuated or vacuum pump. We should fix this glass tube CRT with a vacuum pump and create the vacuum inside the chamber. And one end of electrode is connected to the high voltage supply. There's a negative end will use the cathode at the discharge tube. So all small lines indicates the negative end, all larger line indicates the positive end. So that's why we can categorize anode and cathode here. And this is the entire setup here. When the high voltage, okay, in the working process, electric discharge through in CRT, okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ electric discharge ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Here we should go through the electric discharge, but there is a certain condition is required. What is the certain condition is required? At low pressure and high voltage, pressure should be regulated by the vacuum pump. Pressure should be regulated by the vacuum pump. Voltage should be supplied by the connecting the batteries here. Okay, voltage should be supplied by connecting the batteries here. These two are the major condition to achieve the what discovery of electrons. And in 1852 Faraday, okay, Faraday start ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, should remember. Okay, so now at low pressure and high voltage, the current will start from anode 2, and usually positive, like so I already told, like poles are repel each other, unlike poles are attract each other. When the high voltage and pressure is regulated, this end will produce as the moving particles from the end, one of the end. So like this, okay, move towards the positive and from the negative end. Okay, so this is an cathode. Okay, from the cathode, electric particles, or here stream of particle, or bunch of particle will move from the cathode here. Cathode in the anode kadege move ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So that particles we can call as an cathode rays. Okay, cathode particles, cathode rays ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this may ask for one more question. What are cathode rays? Cathode rays are nothing but what? Negative particles moving from the cathode. Okay, and these properties similar with the negative charge. Also negative charge particle ಯಾವ property ಇದೆ, that also similar for this cathode ray also. Okay, so all electrons we can't see in a bare eyes, is it right? All electrons we can't see in a bare eyes. So in this experiment, okay, they find there is a fluctuation takes place. From that they confirm one thing, that some particles come from the both ends, but they don't know the whether it comes ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ exact ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So then we move for further setting for this experimental setup. What is that? They put a fluorescent or phosphorescent material behind the anode and here they will put phosphorescent or fluorescent material. What is the nature of fluorescent and phosphorescent material? And you know the radium watches. Okay, radium watches ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. So radium watch ಮೇಲೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ it will absorb the light energy. It can hold sometimes or it will emit light from the radium itself for this sometimes. That kinds of materials we can call as an phosphorescent material. Okay, in a road ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬಹುದು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು traffic. Okay, there they put some signals that should be reflect by applying the light only. Okay, ಯಾವಾಗ ಲೈಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು immediate reflection ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ, that are fluorescent material. Okay, after cutting off light, if emit light, that are phosphorescent material. Here they put fluorescent or phosphorescent material, and now I'll take what phosphorescent material here. Phosphorescent material, which is example for that is ZnS. Zn is an example for what? Phosphorescent material which can absorb light and emit a light for instant time. Okay, so for a particular time after cutting of the light also it can emit the light, or if any material hitting on this, it will absorb energy from that. Okay, if any material, okay, so if it is negative particle, when it hits to fluorescent or phosphorescent material, it will emit light, then we will get the bright spot there. Okay, illi enagtade, we will get the bright spot. The same thing also here we should apply. And one more setting, what is that? They will put a porous on what? Anode end. Okay, anode end ali poles or holes will created. So these holes will provide the passing of whatever the charged particle coming from the cathode, it will passes through these holes and hit on the phosphorescent material, and where it hit there it will produce the bright spot. Okay, it will produce bright spot. Then they confirm one thing, what is that? Some particles coming from this end towards what? Other end. Okay, so ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ bright spot ಬರ್ತದೆ only when some particle hitting on the phosphorescent material which is made by the ZNS. This is an entire working procedure in a cathode ray discharge tube or discovery of electron from this experiment. Okay, I'll write two diagram in a single diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. So don't confuse with that. Textbook ಅಲ್ಲಿ clear ಆಗಿ two types of diagrams are given. From that discovery of what electron experiment, we can observe something or observation part present in this experimental setup. Now we'll move for what? Experimental observation. So first observation, that is cathode rays are moved from the cathode to anode. That's why it's called as in cathode rays. Okay, so anode to cathode kadege move ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. It move from the cathode to where? Anode. It hits to the anode. And bright spot observed on ZNS. ZNS is nothing but what? Phosphorescent material which gives the bright spot after hitting the any particles or light on it. Okay, and next, in the absence of electric field and magnetic field. So here there's no magnetic field and electric field. In the absence of magnetic field and electric field, that cathode rays or negatively charged particles are move in a straight line. This is a major observation in a cathode ray discharge tube. Okay, so in the absence of EF refers to electric field, MF refers to magnetic field. Okay, it will move in a straight line. Elli start agide ade direction alli move agi it will hit on the next electrode. Okay, now if the presence of electric field and magnetic field, what happens? These cathode rays are similar properties with the negatively charged particle. Negative charged particle ಯಾವ properties ನ show ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ? When the presence of what? Electric field and magnetic field, same property should follow the cathode ray also. That's why these cathode rays are called as an electrode. Now they conclude one thing, that is the what? Particle having the different kinds of or three kinds of fundamental units. Out of three, one should be the electrode, electrons. Cathode ray ge heluvanthadu. Cathode rays are nothing but what? Electrodes. Now in the last observation, characteristics of cathode rays does not depends upon the electrode. ಯಾವ electrode ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It should be independent on what? Electrode selections. Okay, and one more, it does not depends on nature of gases used in a CRT. So ಯಾವ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ನ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು? ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ cathode rays ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. cathode rays the features like this. These are the observation in a cathode ray discharge tube experiment. Okay, this may ask for what? 2 mark question, right? Any two characteristic features of what? Cathode rays. Next class we will move for the one more protons or one more term is there that we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.